All right, well, who's ready to get this going? I know I got some guys and gals in the front row that are ready, so why don't we begin? Well, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Ken Scarlett, and I have the pleasure of serving as Chief of Police here in Springfield. And it's my honor today to carry out another swearing-in ceremony, and we're grateful to have you all join us today as we really dedicate to these men and women what to anticipate and what to expect. So this event is about them, but it's also about you. Feel free to get up, take photos, whatever you all want to do. I want to make sure that you're able to document today's events as much as you like. So at the end of the ceremony, we'll take, again, as many photos as you would like. So before we begin, I'd like to make a few introductions. I'd like to introduce Mayor Langfelder is with us, and Mayor will say a few words in a little bit. Additionally, we have City Clerk Frank Lesko and City Treasurer Misty Busher are with us. So thank you guys for coming. Appreciate that. I'd also like to introduce really the glue that keeps this organization running smoothly, and that's my senior staff. And they have the chance to be seated up here. This is the first time we've had them seated up here, so they're very excited about this. So yeah. We'll have Assistant Chief Josh Dunkel, who you'll hear from shortly, Deputy Chief Andy Dodd. Next to him is Commander Joe Beal, Deputy Chief Don Mumaw, and Commander Sarah Pickford is hiding somewhere. I don't know where she went to. Phone call. Okay, well, there you go. All right, well, men and women, as you enter this profession of law enforcement, it's a crucial time in our history. Never before has our profession seen the level of scrutiny or the level of distrust towards each of us who have or will be swearing to take that sacred oath to protect the most vulnerable. The great news that I'm proud to deliver today is that there is not a more prepared agency that has committed the financial resources and the critical training hours for your success than that of the Springfield Police Department. This is in large part due to our dedicated training cadre who are with us today, led by Lieutenant Ron Williams, Sergeant Brandon Golden, and Officer John Dorsey. As you'll soon find out, these three will ensure that just in a few short days, you will be prepared to answer that call, knowing that danger looms around the corner. You see, the training, the equipment, the resources, and the leadership will come in rapid fire succession. I'm sure you've already experienced that. I'm sure you've heard the phrase, drinking from a fire hose, and I hope you're thirsty because that's our commitment to you. Well, I have the utmost confidence that you will succeed in the day-to-day operations of law enforcement. And the reason for such confidence, you may ask? Well, it goes beyond all the great things that I previously mentioned, and it focuses on the exact reason why you were all given the opportunity to wear the SPD blue. My confidence in you exudes because of your high level of character. And I recently attended a seminar hosted by the former chief of the Cleveland, Ohio Police Department, Dr. Patrick Oliver. And Dr. Oliver shared several words on the traits of a police officer that represent exemplary character. And I'd like to share 6 of those important traits for you to constantly shape and refine throughout your careers. Trait number 1, you must possess high moral standards along with integrity in all matters. Each of you answered a question in your chief's ranking interview about being held to account in both your on-duty and off-duty behavior. Your actions will be scrutinized to the nth degree, and you all know that. Don't give anyone to doubt your integrity. Trait number 1 is maintain your integrity. Trait number 2, you must have a service orientation, a desire and commitment to serve others, the others' needs above yourself. You're entering a helping profession, and you all may remember that I mentioned this at your graduation ceremony. 80% of the work that you do does not involve a badge and a gun in this field. Trait number 2, you must put your service above yourself. Trait number 3, you must be able to interact with people, demonstrating good human relation skills. Your job will involve interacting with people all day long. These encounters will likely represent the worst day for those individuals. At the end of each call, you must be able to pass the litmus test. Did you leave that person better than when you found them? Trait number 3 is quality human relation skills. Trait number 4, you must have a team orientation. You must be able to work closely with fellow officers in stressful situations. The success of our mission depends upon your ability to collaborate with others. Trait number 4 is team capability. Trait number 5, you must be performance-driven and have the motivation to be successful in achieving goals. Mediocrity cannot be our standard, ladies and gentlemen, but rather we must set and attain high-level goals. After all, if you're not learning, you're not living. Trait number 5 is be performance-driven. Trait number 6, you must maintain self-control under stressful circumstances. Self-discipline is critical to proper law enforcement response. There will be times when circumstances outside of your control will spiral downward in a rapid fashion. You must remain in control of your response to these occasions. Remember the golden rule to do unto others as you would have them do unto you. The final trait, maintain self-control. 6 simple phrases that will help shape and mold you on your journey towards success. I implore you to abide by these traits, and your character will be rewarded. At this time, I'd like to introduce a man whose faith and trust in our organization has allowed the SPD team to thrive. Mayor Linkfelder, would you like to say a few words?
Thank you, Chief, for your leadership and remarks. Good afternoon, everybody. I'd like to say thank you and congratulations on the important step you're taking in your life. We can't thank you enough. And welcome and thank the families for their support, because on behalf of our residents, our elected officials, we appreciate the service you're about to provide us. And one correlation or one word that can describe this ceremony for me is proud. I'm proud of each and every one of you making this step in your life, your journey in your life, to serve the public, because you can't get any better than serving each other and to protect others and putting your own safety at risk at times. So we appreciate that. I'm proud of the men and women you're going to join in the Springfield Police Department. You're about to join an elite group, in my opinion, second to none in the country, because of that commitment to protect and serve our residents. And then I'm proud of the chief and his staff, the continued commitment to get us through the pandemic, the most challenging times, and when other cities had seen destruction, we rose above that and lifted up our city. And when the police department was out there, they kept things calm and moved us in a better direction for the future. So as you move forward, what you should remember is this day and how important it is. And hopefully you'll strive to be chief one day, because as chief would tell you, he stands on shoulders of those that came before him, and you'll stand on others' shoulders as you move forward, and others will follow in your lead and set that legacy. And I always point to our servant leader, our greatest one is Abraham Lincoln. You know, it's all about government of the people, by the people, for the people. And we strive for that in each department, you know, with our elected officials, Treasurer Busher, Clerk Lesko, myself, all our departments. That's the goal we all reach out for. How can we help each other to serve the public? And that's really what it's all about. So as you move forward, again, I want to say thank you. And I will give you a memento that says, what's your legacy on one side? It's a small token of appreciation and remembrance. And on the other side, it has an inscription of Abraham Lincoln. But it's supposed to remember this day, but most importantly, what's the legacy you want to leave as you move forward in making each of us proud of the service that you provide us as we move forward to the future together. So thank you very much and congratulations.
Well, thank you, Mayor, for those kind remarks, and thank you for your trust and your support in our organization and our mission. At this time, I'd like to call up Assistant Chief Josh Dunkel to administer the Code of Ethics.
Good afternoon. As Chief mentioned, you all were part of an interview process, and there were some questions during that interview process that included traits of a good police officer. I'm sure you don't remember that interview process or even some of the questions. I'm sure you're all very nervous. You may not remember the chief's speech someday, but the Code of Ethics is in our general orders. It's available to you all the time, and it's going to cover a lot of those questions that you were asked that day. and I encourage you to look at it often. We'll begin. As a member of the Springfield Police Department, my first duty is to serve the people of the city of Springfield, Illinois. I will safeguard lives and property, protect the innocent against deception, the weak against oppression or intimidation, and the peaceful against violence or disorder. Above all else, I shall respect the constitutional rights of all people to liberty, equality, and justice. I will keep my private life unsullied as an example to all, maintaining courageous calm in the face of danger, scorn, or ridicule, develop self-restraint, and be constantly mindful of the welfare of others. I will be honest in thought and deed in both my personal and professional life. I will be exemplary in obeying the laws of the land and the regulations of my department. Whatever I see or hear of a confidential nature that is confided in me in my official capacity will be kept over secret unless revelation is necessary in the performance of my duty. I will never act officiously or permit personal feelings, prejudices, animosities, or friendships to influence my decisions. With no compromise for crime and with relentless prosecution of criminals, I will enforce the law courteously and appropriately, without fear or favor, malice or ill will, never employing unnecessary force or violence, and never accepting gratuities. I recognize the badge of my office as a symbol of public faith and accept it as a public trust to be held so long as I am true to the ethics of the police service. I will constantly strive to achieve these objectives and ideals, dedicating myself to my chosen profession, law enforcement. Thank you.
Thanks, Josh. Those words ring true whether you're on the job for a handful of months or whether you're like some of our seasoned vets who are in the back of the room and have been here for several years. To Josh's point, don't ever let those words leave what it means to be law enforcement in your career. All right, it's time to have some fun and do some pinning, okay? So we're going to start alphabetically. If you know that you're supposed to come up and help pin the badge on our newest officers, you can make your way to the side over here. We'll be pinning right next to me to my left. Just to give you a little heads up on logistics. Again, take as many photos as you want. This is a great opportunity. So we're going to start with Isaiah Brown. Come on up. Go. All right, so Isaiah attended Springfield High School and Luther College. He's a current member of the Illinois Army National Guard and has served for 8 years, where he's achieved the medals of Army Reserve Component Achievement Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, Overseas Medal. He's married to his wife Alyssa, and his father Mike is pinning him currently. Next up is Gerard Dewey. Gerard attended Glenwood High School and Lincoln Land Community College, where he attained a certificate in truck driving. Gerard is married to his wife Kylie and will be pinned by his wife Kylie. Give her a hug. Next up is Owen Hamlin. Owen attended Lapeer High School and Arizona State University, attaining an associate degree. He's married to his wife Abigail, and Abigail is pinning him. Next up is Logan Hammond. Logan attended Glenwood High School and Lincoln Land Community College, and Logan is being pinned by his father, Barry. Next up, David Lindstrom. David attended Rochester High School and Lincoln Land Community College, where he attained an associate degree in arts. David is currently in the Illinois Army National Guard and has achieved medals of the Army Commendation Medal, the Global War on Terrorism Expeditionary Medal, and is being pinned by his father, Chris. Next up is Sean McGuire. Sean attended Franklin High School in Wisconsin and Western Illinois University, where he achieved a bachelor's degree in law enforcement and justice administration. Married to his wife, Olivia, and they have two sons, Clyde and Max, and Olivia is doing the pinning. Next up is Jacob McLean. Jacob attended Lanphier High School and Illinois State University, and Jacob will be pinned by his grandmother, Linda. Next up is William Meacham. William attended Springfield High School and is married to his wife, Lauren. They have 4 daughters, Ava, Lydia, and Blakely. William will be pinned by his father, Robert. Next up is Scott Southard. Scott attended Lanphier High School and is married to his wife, Brooke, and Brooke will be doing the pinning. Next up is Chance Taylor. Chance attended Lanphier High School, and Chance has the unique opportunity to be pinned by 2 retired SPD officers, his aunt and uncle, Mark and Tammy Bear. Good job, Mark. Next up is Candy Vanderkoy. Candy attended Breeze Central Community High School. Candy is married to her husband, Jared. She's the mother of Faith and Xander and will be pinned by her husband, Jared. Next up is Sean Vaughn. Sean attended Michelle Clark High School and the University of Illinois Springfield, achieving a bachelor's degree in business admin. He's also a lateral transfer from St. Louis Metro Police Department, where he served 4 years there. He's married to his wife Hannah and has a son Isaiah, and Hannah is doing the pinning. Next up is Gant Wheeler. Gant attended Rochester High School and Lincoln Land Community College, where he achieved an associate degree with an emphasis on criminal justice. Gant is being pinned by his father, current lieutenant with the Springfield Police Department, Derek Wheeler. And last up is Mason Williams. Mason attended Riverton High School and is married to his wife, Kinsey. He's the father of Beckett and Presley, and Kinsey will be doing the pinning. This just right. All right, so at this time I'm going to turn and administer the oath of office. All right, raise your right hand and repeat after me. To the people of the city of Springfield.
To the people of the city of Springfield.
I state your name.
I, Jason Wilson,
Do solemnly pledge.
do solemnly pledge,
Upon my honor as a police officer.
upon my honor as a police officer,
That I will faithfully execute.
that I will faithfully execute
The duties of a police officer.
the duties of a police officer
Of the city of Springfield.
of the city of Springfield
To the best of my ability.
to the best of my ability.
I pledge that my every act.
I pledge that my every act
Will exemplify honesty and thought.
will exemplify honesty in thought,
Word and deed.
word, and deed,
Justice fairly administered.
justice fairly administered,
Moral courage to avoid evil and its temptation.
moral courage to avoid evil and its temptation,
Intelligent obedience to the commands of my superiors.
intelligent obedience to the commands of my superiors,
A readiness at all times to do my best.
a readiness at all times to do my best,
To protect the property and lives of our citizens.
to protect the property and lives of our citizens.
It shall be my unswerving purpose.
It shall be my unswerving purpose
To be friendly but impersonal.
to be friendly but impersonal,
Courteous but firm.
courteous but firm,
And charitable to the inadvertent violator.
and charitable to the inadvertent violator.
I will uphold the Constitution.
I will uphold the Constitution,
Enforce the laws of the United States of America.
enforce the laws of the United States of America,
The state of Illinois.
the state of Illinois,
And the city of Springfield.
and the city of Springfield.
Congratulations. Well, as referenced in a couple of the bios, there are 2 officers who have prior military experience and are currently in the Army National Guard. The Springfield Police Department provides a pin representing your branch of service for you to proudly display. Those will be found in your gift bags that you'll receive later. I wear my pin with honor, and I would expect you to do the same as well. So, ladies and gentlemen, behind me represent the next generation of leaders in our organization. Life as a law enforcement officer will be trying and will come with a whole new set of difficulties. I will leave you all with one challenge. Never allow the family bond that you have nurtured over the years to be fractured. You all, along with our new officers, are embarking upon a lifestyle change. Let this new opportunity be the added ingredient to strengthen your family bonds. Always pull in the same direction. Your love and support will be crucial as these men and women suit up to protect and serve our community. That concludes our service. Let's give another round of applause to our newest officer. I'd like to do before we turn it over for pictures, we'll just start a receiving line and let everyone come and shake hands with our newest of officers if you'd like. Mayor, would you like to go first? You guys do a single